You wake up at 3 a.m. Your mind is racing. The conversation from last week plays again. What you should have said. What you shouldn't have done. You replay it over and over. Trying to fix what already happened. Trying to control what you can't change. Your hands grip the blanket tight. Your jaw is clenched. Your whole body is holding on. Holding on to the past. Holding on to worry. Holding on to how things should have been. This is exhausting. You know this, but you don't know how to stop. You're not alone in this struggle. Millions lie awake at night, gripping, holding, controlling, afraid that if they let go, everything will fall apart. But here's what the Buddha discovered. The opposite is true. When you finally let go, everything falls into place. Kyomayuniti Yudo 30 Cho. Before we begin, if you'd like, share in the comments. What time is it where you are right now? What are you holding on to? What brought you here today? Others are listening at this very moment, all seeking the same freedom. You're not alone in this. Let's walk this path together. Banman Jung-I 17 Bun. Segzion 1 The weight of holding on 4 Bun. Think about your hand right now. Make a fist. Squeeze it tight. Tighter. Hold everything in. Don't let go. Notice what happens. Your muscles tense. Your arm starts to ache. The longer you hold, the more it hurts. This is what we do with our lives. We make fists around everything. Around people we love. Around things we own. Around ideas about how life should be. Around who we used to be. We hold so tight our hands hurt. But we're afraid to open them. The Buddha taught something simple. He said suffering comes from clinging. Not from life itself. Not from change. Not from loss. But from our desperate grip on things that are always changing. Look at what you're holding on to. Maybe it's a relationship that's already ended. You keep replaying conversations, analyzing what went wrong, trying to understand why. Your mind won't let it go. Maybe it's your health from 10 years ago. You remember when you could do more, walk further, sleep better, remember easier. You want that back. You hold on to who you were. Maybe it's control over your grown children. You want to protect them, guide them, keep them from making mistakes. But they have their own lives now, their own paths to walk. Maybe it's simply how you thought retirement would be. You had plans, dreams, a picture in your mind. But reality looks different, and you can't accept it. All this holding creates suffering. Not because what you're holding is bad, but because you're trying to keep still what must move. You're trying to freeze what must flow. You're trying to hold what must change. It's like trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you squeeze, the more you lose. Segzion 2 Why we hold on 4 Bun. Why do we do this? Why do we grip so tight it hurts? Fear. Simple as that. Fear. We're afraid that if we let go, we'll lose everything. We're afraid that if we stop controlling, chaos will come. We're afraid that if we accept change, we'll disappear. This fear is understandable. It's human. It's universal. But the Buddha asked us to look more deeply. What are you actually afraid of losing? You say you're afraid of losing a person. But can you possess a person? Can anyone belong to you? Your children grew in your body or in your care. But they were never yours to keep. They were always themselves. Always changing. Always becoming. You say you're afraid of losing your health. But what is health? Your body has been changing since the day you were born. Cells dying and being born every moment. The body you had at 20 is not the body you have now. Not one cell is the same. You already lost that body many times over, and yet you're still here. You say you're afraid of losing control. But did you ever have it? Could you control the weather today? Could you control what others think? Could you control your own heartbeat? Your own aging? The sunrise or sunset? Look honestly. Most of what you're trying to control was never in your control. The fear of letting go is really a fear of seeing clearly. Fear of seeing that everything is already flowing, already changing, already beyond your grip. When you finally see this, really see it, two things can happen. You can panic and grip even tighter, or you can open your hand. Segzion 3 The Nature of Impermanence 4 Bun. The Buddha taught about impermanence. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. This is not philosophy. This is observable reality. The cloud becomes rain. The rain becomes ocean. The ocean becomes vapor. The vapor becomes cloud. Nothing is lost. Everything transforms. You are like this too. You are not the same person you were yesterday. Not one cell in your body is permanent. Not one thought in your mind stays forever. You are transformation happening. You are change itself. Fighting this is like a wave fighting the ocean. The wave says, I want to stay a wave forever. But the wave is ocean. It was never separate from ocean. It rises, it falls, it returns. This is its nature. You are like the wave. You rise from the ocean of life. You take form. You move through time. You experience joy and sorrow, connection and loss, health and illness, strength and weakness, and eventually, you return. Not to nothing, to ocean, to the source, to the whole. When you see this clearly, letting go becomes natural. You're not losing anything. You're allowing transformation. You're allowing life to be life. The flower doesn't cling to being a bud. It opens. The flower doesn't cling to being a bloom. It releases petals. The petals don't cling to being petals. They become soil. The soil doesn't cling to being soil. It becomes flower again. Nothing is lost in this cycle. Only transformation. Only continuation. Why do you fight this? Why do you think you should be the exception? Why do you think you can stop the river by standing in it? Segzion 4 Freedom in Letting Go 5 Bun. Here's what happens when you finally let go. Your hand opens. The muscles relax. The aching stops. You can breathe again. This is freedom. Not freedom from life. Freedom to live fully. When you let go of controlling your children, you can love them as they are. Not as you wish they were. Not as you need them to be. As they actually are. This is real love. When you let go of your old health, you can be present to your body now. Appreciate what it can do today. Care for it with kindness. Not with resentment for what it's lost. When you let go of how things should be, you can see how things actually are. And often, they're not as terrible as your mind made them. Often, there's beauty you were too busy controlling to notice. When you let go of the past, you have hands free to receive the present. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care enough to allow life to be alive, to allow people to be themselves, to allow your body to age, to allow circumstances to change. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means giving in to reality as it is. And from that acceptance, real action becomes possible. When you stop fighting the river, you can swim. When you accept the current, you can navigate. When you let go of how it should be, you can work with how it is. The Buddha practiced this. He called it non-attachment, not detachment, not coldness, not indifference. Non-attachment means loving fully without needing to possess. Caring deeply without needing to control. Being present without needing things to stay the same forever. Think about how you love a sunset. You don't try to hold it. You don't demand it last longer. You don't get angry when it fades. You simply appreciate it while it's here. You let it be what it is. You let it go when it goes. Can you love your life this way? Can you love the people in it this way? Can you love yourself this way? This is the practice. Not once, not just today, but moment by moment, again and again. You'll forget. Your hand will close again. You'll grip tight, try to control, hold on to what's changing. And when you notice, that's the practice. Open your hand, breathe, let go. Again. Each time you do this, you experience freedom. Each time you release your grip, things can fall into place. Not into the place you planned, into their natural place, into where they need to be. Watch this in your own life. The times when everything worked out, were they the times when you controlled every detail? Or were they the times when you let go and allowed things to unfold? Often, the solutions you couldn't force appeared when you stopped forcing. The relationships that couldn't be fixed healed when you stopped fixing. The peace you couldn't achieve arrived when you stopped achieving. This is the paradox. When you finally let go, everything falls into place. Not because you made it happen, because you allowed it to happen. Start small, right now. Notice what you're gripping. Maybe your jaw is tight. Let it go. Maybe your shoulders are raised. Let them drop. Maybe you're holding your breath. Let it flow. This is practice. This is freedom. This small moment of letting go. Tomorrow, you'll have another chance. Something will happen that you can't control. Someone will do something you don't like. Your body will feel different than you want. The weather won't cooperate, and you'll have a choice. Grip tight, or open your hand. The Buddha promises nothing will fall apart. In fact, when you let go, things finally fall into their right place. The place they were always meant to be. The place they naturally go when you stop interfering. Trust this, not because I say so, but because you can test it. You can try it. You can see for yourself. What happens when you let go? Mamuli 1 Bun 30 Cho. We've explored the practice of letting go. Not as losing, but as allowing. Not as giving up, but as opening up. Everything changes. This is not a problem to solve. This is reality to accept. When you fight change, you suffer. When you allow change, you flow. Your hand doesn't have to stay a fist. You can open it, right now. With this breath, what you're holding will still be there. But you'll hold it differently. Lightly. With love. Without desperation. And some things you're holding will fall away. This is okay. They were already leaving. You were just exhausting yourself trying to keep them. What's meant to stay will stay. What needs to go will go. And you, in the middle of all this change, you remain. Not as a fixed thing, but as awareness, as presence, as life itself. Start with one breath. Breathe in. Know you're holding. Breathe out. Practice letting go. Do this when you wake at 3 a.m. Do this when your mind races. Do this when you catch yourself gripping. Each breath is a chance to open your hand. Each moment is a chance to let life be life. When you finally let go, everything falls into place. Not perfectly, not the way you planned, but in its own natural way, in its own time. Trust this process. You are part of it. You have always been part of it. You are the wave returning to ocean. Nothing is lost. Everything continues. May you find the courage to open your hand. May you discover freedom in letting go. May you trust the flow of life. The practice continues with your next breath. Let go, and watch what happens.